Hey everybody, I am excited to be introducing our Module 13 film, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. It was one of my favorite films. It was in my top 5 of last year, made for Netflix. And we did talk about in this module recent films and recent film trends. One of the things going on now in the film world is a lot of films are made by streaming services to really help promote their service and then bring in new customers and give themselves also some acclaim. A lot of these films have been Oscar nominated, have won Oscars. Some examples of this is the 2021 big Oscar winner for Best Picture, Coda, made by Apple TV, Apple Films. Also, Amazon Prime is making films, and of course, Netflix has made Train Dreams last year, nominated for a lot of Oscar. Jake Kelly with George Clooney, Adam Sandler, Roma, Oscar winner from the past. Lots of films that have come out. Killers of the Flower Moon was another streaming film that became critically acclaimed. So we're seeing this more and more. And what happens with these films, you might wonder how they get nominated for awards and all that. The rule is they do have to play in theaters for 2-3 weeks, sometimes up to a month. And then after they play in theaters, they are released to whatever service made them. They really are made out of the Hollywood studio system. They do look big and commercial, but they are made out of the Hollywood studio system. So they're often very artistically interesting and with great cast and actors. The reason I chose Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery, we didn't really do too many mysteries this term, so I thought this would be an interesting genre. I thought it was one of the best films of last year. It's the third of the Knives Out films. They've all been really good, but I find Wake Up Dead Man less flashier, less wanting to please, less gimmicky. It's more of that traditional drawing room, small town mystery, because these Knives Out films are very much homages to the Agatha Christie type of film. Even its detective, well played by Daniel Craig in each film, Benoit Blanc, is a very Hercule Poirot type, finicky, offbeat, interesting detective who does solve the mystery at the end. In this film, he makes an appearance later in the film. He is called to help solve a murder at a local church. But what the film's about is it's got a great all-star cast, including Glenn Close, Andrew Scott, Thomas Hayden Church, Mila Kunis, I'm forgetting somebody probably, Josh Brolin, Kerry Washington. Great cast, wonderful ensemble of terrific actors. Stars one of my favorite actors, Josh O'Connor. He's an English actor who was in Challengers last year, an excellent film. There's a clip in this module of that. Also, The Mastermind this past year. And Wake Up Dead Man is another one of his great performances. He's one of our best actors. He just disappears into every role. I'll talk a little bit more about him. But he stars as Father Jed. He's a conflicted priest, struggling to find himself a young priest with somewhat of an angst past. He's been sent to a small community church in New York that is not doing too well. It doesn't have a strong congregation. It's losing members. It does have some members that are very devoted to its very sometimes cruel, mean-spirited, very against the grain priests, well played by Josh Brolin. So when Father Jed is sent to this town, he kind of clashes with the local community and Josh Brolin's character. And there's a little bit of a conflict there. And then, of course, in these movies, Josh Brolin's character, the priest, ends up dead. And Father Jed is one of the suspects, as many of the people in the congregation. And then Craig's character, Blanc, is come in to save the day and solve the case. It's a great mystery. I think mysteries are best when they're humorous, when they have some camp to them. I don't like mysteries much when they're trying to be so serious and so dreadfully sullen and bleak. This is a fun mystery. It's got humor, it's got camp, but it does something that a lot of Rian Johnson, who wrote the screenplay and directed it, he made all the other Knives Out films. Rian Johnson really does a good job giving a social subtext to his films. They're not just fun mysteries. In this film, it's got a lot to say about religion, faith, and using religion to instill fear in people. And it's also a good look at a character played by Josh O'Connor trying to find himself, trying to find his own faith, find himself. And really, one of the reasons I've assigned this film is Josh O'Connor should have been Oscar nominated. So should have Rian Johnson for his screenplay. It's excellent. But O'Connor's just terrific. He creates a unique, wonderful, angst, vulnerable, passionate, funny character. I mean, he just elevates every scene he's in. Maybe I'm biased because I just love his work, but I just think he's terrific. I'm really glad you're watching this. So I hope you enjoy Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out Mystery. I look forward to reading your discussion for this Module 13 film.